You've seen it all. Now take responsibility.
Take responsibility? Just for looking?
I need you.
Blood drips onto the white piano keys. Drip, drip, drip. The veiled pianist doesn't stop playing. Her fingers move across the keys with haunting precision, even as crimson stains spread across the ivory. The audience gasps in horror, but the music continues, each note more beautiful and terrifying than the last. Why is she still playing? Someone whispers. Is that blood? My God, that's a lot of blood. In the front row, a man in an expensive suit stands abruptly, his eyes fixed on the stage. Something about this pianist feels familiar, very familiar, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. This story begins 3 days earlier at the most exclusive mansion in Genton Dantry House. Strip and play. The command hangs in the air like poison. A young woman sits at the grand piano, her face covered by an ornate veil. Around her, Genton's most powerful men lean forward in their seats, hungry eyes fixed on her. Come on, girl, strip. Take it off. Her father, Victor Grant, the city's most famous private art collector, watches from the corner with cold eyes. To him, she's not a daughter. She's a commodity, a display piece, a secret weapon. The girl's hands tremble on the keys. For years, she's played this role. For years, she's pretended to be someone she's not. But tonight, something inside her snaps. If I'm nothing but a display, I'd rather shatter myself than keep living as a flower for others to admire. She stands up and runs. Terror, are you crazy? Victor's voice booms behind her. Guards chase after her through the mansion's corridors. She runs faster, her heart pounding, until she reaches the pool area. Without hesitation, she jumps. The water swallows her whole, cold, dark, suffocating. On the poolside stands Henry Lane, CEO of Velmont's most powerful conglomerate, a man so influential that even Genton's elite bow to him. His assistant panics beside him. Sir, we should save her. Henry doesn't move. I've seen countless women playing the same trick, falling in just to get noticed. 1 minute passes, then 2, then 3. Sir, she's been under for 3 minutes. Still playing hard to get, Henry says coldly. 3 minutes and 46 seconds. Even Henry's expression changes. What kind of crazy girl stays underwater that long? He dives in. His arms wrap around her waist, pulling her up. As they break the surface, their lips accidentally meet. The girl gasps for air, her eyes locking with his. There's something dangerous in her gaze. Something desperate. You've seen it all, she whispers breathlessly. Now take responsibility. Henry raises an eyebrow, intrigued despite himself. Take responsibility? Just for looking? The girl's body trembles. Not from cold, from something else, something she can't control. I need you. That night, in a private room, the girl takes control. I like taking the lead. Is that a problem? Henry smirks. Suit yourself. Their passion is fierce, almost violent. She moves with desperate energy as if her life depends on it. And in a way, it does. What Henry doesn't know is that this girl suffers from a rare condition called frost cold, a sickness that slowly freezes her from the inside out. The only cure, intimate contact with a man. The next morning, she prepares to leave. Wait. Henry grabs her hand. I want to see you again. She bites his ear playfully. We really won't meet again. goodbye. As she walks away, Henry touches his lips, still tasting hers. Who are you? Meanwhile, at the Grant family mansion, chaos erupts. Slap, 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 slap. 5 vicious slaps across the face. Terra stands there, blood trickling from her lip, but she doesn't cry. Where were you all night? Victor Grant roars. Father, I went to Dr. Zoe Judd. She found a treatment for my frost cold. Victor's wife, Heidi, steps forward, her eyes cold. What young lady from a respectable family stays out all night? Their daughter, Vivi, smirks from behind them. Don't tell me you snuck off to meet some guy? Terra keeps her voice steady. The treatment worked. Dr. Lynch can examine me if you don't believe me. The family doctor checks Terra's pulse, his eyes widening. Her condition has indeed improved dramatically. After the doctor leaves, Heidi pulls Vivi aside, whispering urgently, Mom, what's going on? Haven't you been giving her poison? How could her condition improve? Heidi's smile is wicked. Don't worry, it's a slow-acting poison. Keep taking it and she'll end up a living corpse. It won't be long. But what they don't know is that Terra stopped taking their medicine weeks ago. And what happened last night wasn't just treatment. It was her first taste of freedom. Victor makes an announcement. Terra will start attending school. A good education will help her marry well. Victor, are you making her go public now? Heidi asks nervously. Soon I'll bring her into my business circles. Without marriage and children, she's of no value. Vivi panics. But Dad, she's still considered the illegitimate daughter. It wouldn't look good. Heidi jumps in quickly. How about we hire a private tutor for Terra? Then wait for the right moment to give her a proper identity before she goes public. Victor nods. That makes sense. Heidi and Vivi exchange a look. They have a plan. The tutor they hire is perfect for their scheme. A man who was fired from his previous job for inappropriate conduct with students. The day he arrives is also the day the Lane family comes to visit. But not Henry, his nephew, Zach. Or so everyone thinks. In Terra's room, the tutor begins his lesson, but his hands wander. Let me teach you properly, Miss Terra. He touches her arm, her leg, getting bolder. Terra's eyes flash with rage. In one swift motion, she grabs his wrist and twists it, then kicks him hard in the stomach. He stumbles backward, crashing into the wall. She runs from the room, screaming, Father, help! The tutor tried to assault me. She bursts into the living room and freezes. Standing there, in an expensive suit, is the man from the pool, the man she slept with. But everyone is calling him Zach Lane, Vivi's fiancé. Their eyes meet. Recognition flashes between them. The crazy girl, he thinks. Why is she here? Vivi immediately attacks. Tara, just because you're jealous that I'm marrying Zach doesn't mean you can make up lies about the tutor. Heidi adds fuel to the fire. Tara, you're embarrassing the family. We have an important guest. Victor raises his hand to strike Terra again, but the man's voice cuts through the room like a blade. Enough. Bring the tutor here. The terrified tutor is dragged in. Please don't call the police. I didn't do anything yet. I just touched her hand a bit and her arm and legs. Please don't report me. If my wife finds out, she'll kill me. The man's expression darkens. A night in jail or a broken arm, his choice. The guards grab the tutor. Sir, let's talk it out, please. Sir. Victor and Heidi are stunned. The Lane family's power is absolute. The man turns to Victor. Outsiders can't be trusted. Since we'll be family soon, why not let me tutor her? Vivi blushes, thinking he wants an excuse to see her more. Zack only offered to tutor Tara so he'd have an excuse to visit me more. Victor agrees immediately. Thank you for the trouble, Mr. Zack. After the Lane family leaves, Vivi is giddy with excitement. Did you see that? Zack defended Tara because of me. He must really love me. Heidi smiles, but her eyes are calculating. We need to be careful. That girl is more dangerous than we thought. Over the next few days, Zack comes regularly for tutoring sessions. But these are unlike any lessons Tara has ever had. Do you play piano? He asks one day, looking at the grand piano in her room. No, it's just decoration. He sits down and begins to play. The melody is hauntingly familiar. Tara's breath catches this song. She knows this song. How far did you get? He asks. Before she knows it, Tara is sitting beside him, her fingers finding the keys. Together, they play the piece she learned as a child. He stops abruptly and turns to her. Tara Grant, which one's the real you? Their faces are inches apart. The door is open, but neither cares. I'm not in the mood to play, Tara whispers. His hand moves to her waist. Who said anything about playing? Their lips meet in a fierce kiss. But something feels different this time. This isn't just about curing her illness. This is something more, something dangerous. Over dinner, Vivi can't stop talking about Zack. I thought he was using tutoring as an excuse to see me, but he's actually taking it seriously. Heidi watches Tara carefully. No point stressing over it. Might as well show your face around Mr. Zack a bit more. Tara says nothing, but her mind is racing. Why is this man pretending to be Zack? Who is he really? The next tutoring session, she confronts him. I've heard rumours about you. Let's hear it. Rumour has it, Zack Lane has flocks of women chasing him, but none ever get close. Thanks to your uncle, the one they call the Masked Reaper. His smile is dangerous. Funny, I don't recall killing off women. It's the 21st century, Miss Grant. My uncle is not some outlaw running wild. I was joking. Were you? He leans closer. What else have you heard? That you're a playboy. That you're not to be trusted. And yet here you are, alone with me. Tara stands up. I've already paid for today's lesson. You should go. As he walks to the door, he pauses. We'll continue tomorrow. After he leaves, Tara whispers to herself, Zack, I want you to fall for me step by step until you become the blade I drive into the Grants. But in the hallway, Heidi has been listening. Her face twists with rage. You're just like your mother, only good at seducing men. What did you say? I said just like how your father would rather force himself on your mother to have me than touch me. Must have been hard, using pregnancy to trap him, wasn't it? Tara's eyes flash. You have no right to mention my mum. A killer doesn't get to say their victim's name. Heidi slaps her. Your mother was weak, and you'll end up just like her. We'll see about that. Tara's smile is cold. By the way, there's a piano competition in 2 days. I hope you and Vivi are ready. Heidi's eyes narrow. What are you planning? You'll see. That night, Heidi and Vivi prepare their trap. Mum, I'll put a razor blade in the piano. It'll cut Tara's hand just enough to make her mess up. Then everyone will know she's not the real piano prodigy. Good thinking. But make it subtle. We don't want it to be obvious. What they don't know is that Tara has already found their blade, and she's added her own. Many more. The day of the competition arrives. Genton's elite pack the concert hall. In the audience sits the man Tara knows as Zack, though he's been mysteriously absent from tutoring the past 2 days. Sir, you've attended every piano recital in Genton for years, his assistant whispers. Are you sure your piano lady is out there? The man's eyes are fixed on the stage. Yeah. Will I ever find you, piano lady? The lights dim. The announcer's voice rings out. Next up, a rising star in the piano world. Please welcome the young prodigy, Vivi Grant. A veiled figure walks onto the stage. She sits at the piano, her hands hovering over the keys. In the audience, the man leans forward. The way she's dressed, it almost looks like she's trying to hide her face. The pianist begins to play. The melody is exquisite, heartbreaking, but something's wrong. Blood begins to drip onto the keys. Is she hurt? Someone whispers. Why's there blood? More blood. The pianist's hands are being sliced open, but she doesn't stop. She keeps playing, each note perfect despite the pain. That's a lot of blood. Does she not feel pain? The man stands up abruptly. It can't be. More blood pours from beneath the veil. The audience is horrified, but the music continues, building to a crescendo. Finally, the last note echoes through the hall. The pianist stands, and in one swift motion rips off her veil. The audience gasps. It's not Vivi. I'm Tara Grant, she announces, her bleeding hands raised for all to see. The illegitimate daughter, and I've been the one playing all along. My sister Vivi can't play a single note. Cameras flash. Reporters surge forward. Miss Grant, are your hands okay? As a pianist, why would you hurt your own hands? Is this true? Has Vivi Grant been taking credit for your work? Tara's voice is steady. Check the piano. You'll find razor blades hidden in the keys. Someone tried to sabotage me. But I decided if my hands were going to bleed anyway, I'd make sure everyone saw it. The man fights through the crowd, but Tara has already disappeared. At the Grant mansion, all hell breaks loose. Tara, you're crazy, Victor roars. These are your own hands. If I don't go crazy, there's no way I can take you all down, Tara says coldly. Victor grabs his whip. Father, wait! Tara holds up her phone. I invited the media for a reason. I originally planned to win and use the publicity to boost your reputation, but it was Vivi who put the blades in the piano. Don't accuse me, Vivi screams. You're framing me. Check the security footage. The truth will speak for itself. When Victor reviews the footage, his face turns purple with rage. The video clearly shows Vivi placing multiple blades in the piano keys. You idiot. He turns on Vivi, his whip raised. I worked so hard to build your reputation. You were supposed to marry into the Lane family. But Tara interrupts. Father, Vivi's engagement to Mr. Zack is in 10 days. If she shows up covered in bruises, How will that look? Victor pauses, then turns his fury back on Terra. You two get out. Terra, you stay. After Vivi and Heidi leave, Victor's expression becomes even colder. Don't think I don't know what you're playing at, Terra, but let me remind you what happens when you disobey me. He leads her through a hidden passage in the mansion. At the end is a locked door. Victor opens it. Inside, Terra sees something that makes her world shatter. Her mother, Lucy, alive. But barely. She's emaciated, her eyes vacant, clearly drugged. She's been locked in this room for years. Mom, Terra whispers, tears streaming down her face. Lucy looks up slowly. Tara, is that you, baby? This is what happens when you disobey me, Victor says. Your mother defied me once. She's been here ever since. If you want her to live, you'll do exactly what I say. Terra falls to her knees. Please, let her go. I'll do anything. Good, because I need you to do something for me. Something involving your new friend, Mr. Zach Lane. The day of Vivi's engagement party arrives. The mansion is decorated extravagantly. Genton's elite fill the halls, eager to witness the union of the Grant and Lane families. But as the ceremony begins, something feels wrong. The groom walks in, and Vivi's face goes pale. You're not Zach, she whispers. The man smiles. Let me reintroduce myself. I'm Henry Lane, head of the Lane family. Zach is my nephew. I was simply assessing his future wife. The crowd erupts in chaos. He was pretending this whole time? The real head of the Lane family? Vivi screams, I refuse this engagement. I'd rather die than marry you. Henry's expression doesn't change. That's fine. But Mr. Grant promised the Lane family a daughter. If not Vivi, then perhaps. He pauses, looking toward the back of the room. Terra stands there in a stunning dress, her bandaged hands hidden in elegant gloves. Terra Grant, Henry continues, would you marry me instead? The room falls silent. Victor, seeing his empire hanging in the balance, makes his choice. Everyone, I'd like to formally introduce my eldest daughter, Terra Grant. She is the product of my first marriage to my true love, who has passed on. Heidi's face goes white. If Terra is legitimate, what does that make me? Henry ignores her. Mr. Grant, I want a proper funeral for Terra's mother. Only then will we discuss the engagement. Victor agrees immediately, desperate to save the alliance. But this funeral is about to become a bloodbath. Heidi and Vivi have one last plan. At the funeral, they'll drug Terra and lock her in a room with another man. The room can only be opened with Terra's fingerprint. When they expose her as unfaithful, the Lane family will reject her, and Vivi will get her chance again. The day of the funeral arrives. Terra's mother will finally be laid to rest, or so everyone thinks. Guests mill about, offering condolences. Vivi approaches Terra with a glass of water. Tara, I know we've had our differences, but can't you forgive me? This is your mother's funeral. Let's make peace. Terra takes the glass, examining it. You laced this with something. Vivi's face remains innocent. What are you saying? Why would I do that? I suppose you wouldn't dare. Not with all these people here. Terra drinks the water. But what Vivi doesn't know is that Terra switched the glasses when she wasn't looking. Minutes later, Vivi begins to feel dizzy. Mom, I don't feel well. Heidi smiles wickedly. Go lie down in the room we prepared, dear. Vivi, confused and drugged, stumbles to the room. The door closes behind her. Inside, a man waits. A man Heidi hired for this exact purpose. Meanwhile, Terra goes to Henry's room. Did you get up too early? Are you tired? Henry asks, concerned. I'm feeling dizzy. I need to lie down. But when Terra reaches for the door to her room, she uses Vivi's fingerprint, saved on her phone, to open it instead. Henry stays in his room, alone. 30 minutes later, Heidi gathers all the guests. Thank you all for attending. Please, let me show you to your rooms. As they walk down the hallway, a woman's cry rings out. Help! Someone help me! Mrs. Grant, is that a young woman crying for help? Someone asks. Which room is that? It's room 635. Heidi pretends to be shocked. That's Terra's room. Everyone rushes to the door. We need to open it. Wait, Heidi says, playing her part. This is private. We shouldn't. Henry's voice cuts through. Open it, now. The door is kicked open. Inside, they find Vivi in bed with a strange man, both in a compromising position. The guests gasp. Cameras flash. It's Vivi, not Terra. She's doing this at a funeral. Record this. This will shake the whole town. Vivi, coming to her senses, screams. No, stop recording. This isn't what it looks like. Victor's face turns purple with rage. Vivi, you've completely ruined our family's reputation. Dad, it wasn't me. It was supposed to be Terra. Terra did this. Heidi tries to salvage the situation. Mr. Lane, please. Vivi was set up. It's Terra who... Henry's cold voice silences her. Where is Terra? The door to Henry's room opens. Terra walks out, perfectly composed, her clothes immaculate. You cold? Victor's mouth falls open. Heidi staggers backward. How? When? Terra's smile is cold. Did you really think I wouldn't figure out your plan? I've been one step ahead of you this entire time. Victor points a shaking finger at Vivi. You're no longer my daughter. Get out, both of you. I never want to see you in Genton again. My dear, please, Heidi begs. Vivi was set up by Terra. Get out, Victor roars, or I'll come after you myself. As Heidi and Vivi are dragged away, screaming and crying, Henry approaches Terra. That was impressive. I learned from the best, Terra says quietly. And who would that be? My mother. She taught me that no one's coming to rescue you. The only way out is to save yourself. Henry takes her hand carefully, mindful of her bandaged fingers. Your mother sounds like she was an incredible woman. Tears filled Terra's eyes. She was. And soon she'll finally rest in peace. But Victor has one more card to play. That night, after the guests have left, he confronts Terra in his study. Very clever, my dear daughter, but did you really think I'd let you win? Terra's eyes narrow. What do you want? Victor leans back in his chair. I want you to get me something. From Henry Lane, his security codes, the access codes to his shipping ports. Why would I do that? Victor's smile is cruel. He presses a button on his desk. A screen lights up, showing a live feed. Terra's mother, Lucy, locked in her room. But she's not alone. A man stands over her with a syringe. One word from me, and she dies, painfully. Tara's blood runs cold. You said you'd let her go. I lied. Now, you have 48 hours to get me those codes, or your mother dies, and this time I'll make sure you watch. Tara leaves the study, her mind racing. She has to save her mother. But how can she betray Henry? That night, she goes to Henry's mansion in Velmont. He's surprised to see her. Tara, what are you doing here? She doesn't answer. Instead, she kisses him fiercely, desperately. They make love with an intensity that surprises them both. Afterward, as Henry sleeps, Tara slips out of bed. She moves quietly to his study, her heart pounding. The safe is behind a painting. She approaches it, her fingers trembling as she enters the code. The date they first met, 070022. The safe opens. Inside are documents, contracts, and a small notebook containing security codes for all of Lane's shipping operations. Tara photographs everything, tears streaming down her face silently. I'm sorry, she whispers. I'm so sorry. She returns to bed, but Henry is awake. Couldn't sleep? He asks. Tara forces a smile. Just thinking about everything. He pulls her close. Tara, whatever you're planning, whatever you're dealing with, you can tell me. I'll help you. I know, she lies, but this is something I have to do alone. The next day, Tara delivers the codes to Victor. Good girl, he says, examining them. Your mother will be released tomorrow. I'll send you both abroad. You can live your lives in peace. Let me see her first. Of course. Victor leads her to the hidden room. Tara runs inside, falling to her knees beside her mother. Mom? Mom, wake up. Lucy's eyes flutter open. Tara? My baby? We're leaving tomorrow, Mum. We're going to Atra, somewhere beautiful where no one can hurt us anymore. Lucy touches Tara's face with a weak hand. I love my daughter. I love you too, Mom. Tara pulls out the hairpin her mother gave her years ago. Do you remember this? You gave it to me when I was 5. You said it would always protect me. Lucy smiles faintly. Keep it safe. I will, I promise. Tara leaves the room, her heart breaking. She doesn't see Lucy take the hairpin and hide it under her pillow. That night, Victor enters the codes into his system. His shipment, valued at millions, is ready to move through Lane's ports. But the system rejects the codes. What? Victor frantically tries again. Rejected. His phone rings. It's his partner from the 4 great families. Victor, the police just raided our shipment. They know everything. They're coming for us. Victor's face goes white. He turns to look at a monitor showing Lucy's room. On the screen, Lucy lies motionless, blood pooling beneath her. In her hand is the hairpin, now stained red. Tara bursts into the room moments later. Mom! Mom! She gathers Lucy's lifeless body in her arms. No, no, no! You were supposed to be free. We were leaving tomorrow. Lucy's final note lies beside her. My darling Tara, by the time you read this, I'll be gone. I couldn't let you sacrifice everything for me. The codes you gave your father, I know they were fake. I know you were protecting Henry. But your father would have killed us both anyway. This way, you're free. Live for both of us now. I love my daughter. Tara's scream echoes through the mansion. Victor arrives with his men, gun in hand. You tricked me! Those codes were fake. Tara stands slowly, her eyes dead. Yes, I gave you fake codes. I already turned over all the evidence of your crimes to the police. Your shipment is seized. The 4 great families are arrested. You're done. Victor laughs maniacally. If I'm going down, you're coming with me. He grabs Tara, pressing a knife to her throat. Mr. Lane, he shouts, I know you're here. Come out, or I'll kill her. Henry emerges from the shadows, his men surrounding the building. Let her go, Victor. Give me safe passage out of the country, and she lives. Henry's expression is ice cold. No. Victor presses the knife harder, drawing blood. Then watch her die. Tara looks at Henry, tears streaming down her face. I'm sorry for everything. I used you. I lied to you. I stole from you. I know, Henry says quietly. I've always known. Tara's eyes widen. What? The codes you took were fake. I switched them weeks ago. I knew someone might try to use you against me. I was protecting you the whole time. But why? Because I love you, you crazy woman. Victor snarls. How touching. But it won't save her. Tara makes her decision. She grabs Victor's hand and pulls the knife toward herself. Tara, no! Henry lunges forward. The blade slices across Tara's abdomen. Henry catches her as she falls, his men tackling Victor. Why? Henry demands, holding pressure on her wound. Why do you always do this? Tara's voice is weak. I didn't want to live anyway. My mother's gone. I have nothing left. You have me. Henry's voice breaks. You'll always have me. Even though I betrayed you? You didn't betray me. You protected me. You gave your father fake codes. You saved me, Tara. You saved everyone. Tara's eyes close. Goodbye, my only audience. Don't you dare, Henry whispers. Don't you dare say goodbye to me. Piano lady? 3 weeks later, Tara wakes in a hospital room. Sunlight streams through the window. Henry is asleep in a chair beside her, his hand holding hers. Henry? His eyes fly open. He pulls her into his arms, careful of her healing wound. You're awake. Thank God. You're awake. How long? 3 weeks. 3 weeks of hell. Tara pulls back to look at him. Why? Why did you stay? Because I love you. Because 20 years ago, a little boy used to play piano in the park, and a little girl would listen. She was his only audience. He never forgot her. Tara's breath catches. That was you? Goodbye, piano lady, Henry quotes softly. That's what you said when your family moved away. And you said, goodbye, my only audience. Tara's tears fall freely now. All this time, I was looking for you too. I just didn't know it. Henry wipes her tears. Marry me, Tara, not because of business alliances or family obligations. Marry me because I love you. Because you're the strongest, craziest, most incredible woman I've ever met. I'm broken, Henry. I've done terrible things. So have I. We'll be broken together. Tara laughs through her tears. Is that supposed to be romantic? Is it working? She kisses him. Yes. 6 months later, Tara and Henry stand in a garden in Velmont. It's a small, private ceremony. No media, no Genton elite, just the people who matter. As Henry slips the ring on her finger, he whispers, "Hello, piano lady." Tara smiles. "Hello, my only audience." Their first dance is to a piano piece they play together on a grand piano set up in the garden. Tara's hands have healed completely, the scars barely visible. As for Victor Grant, he died in prison awaiting trial. The 4 great families were disbanded, their leaders imprisoned for human trafficking. Heidi and Vivi were last seen working in a factory overseas, their fortunes gone, their reputations destroyed. Tara visits her mother's grave every week, bringing fresh flowers. "I'm free now, Mum," she whispers. We both are. 1 year later, Tara gives birth to a daughter. She names her Lucy. "Look," Henry says, holding their baby girl. "She has your eyes." Tara smiles. "And your determination. God help us all." As the sun sets over Velmont, Tara sits at her piano, her daughter sleeping nearby, her husband beside her. She plays the same melody from 20 years ago, the one that connected 2 broken souls. The illegitimate daughter, who was nothing but a display flower, had finally bloomed on her own terms. And the boy who searched for his piano lady had finally found his home. This is the story of how revenge, when served with precision, can taste like justice. And how love, when it's real, can heal even the deepest wounds. Tara's mother taught her the most important lesson. No one's coming to rescue you. The only way out is to save yourself. Don't wait for a hero. Be your own hero.